All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna make a 2-part series on this. It goes crazy. Guarding ESP 280. I'm sick. But we're gonna talk about Sean Malley versus Petr Yan first. And I'll make it into a multiple clip video. And I'll say this, man. I gotta say this. So everyone's talking about Petr Yan, Sean Malley, right? What happened? Was it a robbery? Was it not a robbery? And all that, right? I'm gonna give you my thoughts. My thoughts alone. Okay. A robbery. What do you consider a robbery is the question first, right? Because in MMA, a robbery considered okay if the fighter doesn't win, it's a robbery. Or is it a complete domination that makes it a robbery? So, based on those two things, it depends what's a robbery. So, a lot of people get all emotional, masculine, especially watching MMA. They get all jitterbugged and start shaking when they hope a fighter loses and all that. But I don't think it was a robbery. But I do feel like because of Sean O'Malley's stardom, it kind of placed him on the top. And I got to be fair and fair with it because I wouldn't respect it if it was the same situation that happened with someone like, say if it was Khabib and he completely lost and they just gave it to him because of stardom. I would not be okay with this, so I can't be biased to say that you can't use stardom as a reason for a fighter to win a fight. Right? That's how I felt. That's how I felt like it was going to be like. On the other hand, I got to say that, well, Sean Malley fought a really good fight. Striking wise, he did a lot better than Petr Yan, in my opinion. Grappling, he got taken down. The only issue, and I think this is what MMA fans get really mad about because they don't understand the takedowns. Neither do we. We don't understand the criteria of the takedown, right? So if you slam someone down, is that considered effective grappling? Which does that trump over striking? Right? Does holding someone down or control time considered winning the fight compared to striking? Because it seems like every fight is different. We feel like we're getting close to finding the conclusion because there's nothing really in the rules on it. But then it gets taken away because the next fight, it might be a whole different scenario where grappling means nothing without actually you like throwing up submissions or trying to get the neck and all that stuff. Because Petr Yan was holding him there, but he wasn't doing much. How much do you consider? How much do you honestly consider that to be effective grappling? There's a lot of that. Petr Yan, I say in the second round, when he hurt O'Malley, after Sean O'Malley hurt him, I consider that effective grappling. For the simple fact that he hurt him, took him down, threw some ground and pound shots. Okay. But first round, not much. Third round, not much. And Sean O'Malley got the strikes in. So it really depends. And everyone keeps saying it depends on the first round. I can see that too. But let's talk about the second round. Now, we forget that Sean O'Malley, I believe in this happened in the second round, he landed a good head kick, southpaw stance, left head kick, hurt him. O'Malley had to go Petr Yan had to go for the legs. Then he hurt him with a strike that stumbles him. I think it was a hook that stumbled him. And he had to go for the takedown. At the same time he got hurt by that strike, he landed his own strike that hurt O'Malley. And he was wobbled, but then got the takedown, so you couldn't really see the effect of it. So that's also another question too. In the second round is what trumps what, because you can give it to Petr Yan, Petr Yan, for the simple fact that yes, he got the takedown and hurt him, but it was close. It could be a draw too, for the simple fact that Sean Malley hurt him twice in that round, like effectively hurt him. But we'll give it to Petr Yan because of the grappling and the ground and pound shots, and he hurt him. It looked a lot worse, I think, for Sean Malley just with that one hit, because he got wobbled more compared to Petr Yan. But Petr Yan was wobbly too. He got hurt in 2 rounds. No one's talking about that. So that can be closer too. So, was it a robbery? No. Because I guess it depends on the judges. We need a clear criteria on what's effective grappling. If you don't like Sean Malley and you said that he got controlled, right? Look at the control time. But just holding someone down after the person landing more strikes doesn't do anything. So if we can get a clear criteria, then I can see why you're mad. But how do you feel takedowns want to fight without proper control? Without doing damage, throwing out submissions. So you got to go both ways. You can't be mad at somebody who thinks that Sean Malley won because the strikes. It was that close. It was that close. That's all I could say to that. But when Petr Yan landed a shot, it really hurt Sean Malley. He was like, woo. His jaw opened quick. That's all I can say, man. I'm going to make some more videos on the top main event. I'm back. It's been a while since I made a video, guys. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. And then we got to talk about this before, though. Who's going to be next? People keep saying Sean Malley. It's not going to match because Aljo with his grappling could be very dangerous. That's very true. But Sean Malley's footwork could get him there. If he can knock out Aljo or hurt him, he could be a potential danger matchup for Aljo. So Sean Malley apparently is number 1 right now at bantamweight. He can fight Marlon again. But then again, it doesn't prove. The question is, it doesn't prove if he's going to be a champion caliber fighter, beating Marlon Vera, knowing it's going to be a striking match, isn't going to really do it. But I could see why they would make it for the simple fact that Marlon Vera already beat Sean Malley. So I could see that happening. But then I can also see him fighting for the championship and just be grappling ready. But does it look like a good matchup for him? No, not the best, for the simple fact that he's going to grapple. Aljo's going to grapple with this dude. There's no way he's striking with this dude. Because Sean Malley's fast, dude, and he can put his lights out. But the way that Aljo mixes his striking unorthodox with his wrestling and be able to grab his back doesn't look good. For the simple fact, too, that Sean Malley is lengthy. Neck is exposed, arm exposed, legs exposed. But I always say footwork trumps all, too. Like, if you have good footwork, you can prevent a lot of the wrestling techniques. Grappling, takedowns. So I see one of those two being matched up, being well. There's this Russian guy that beat Jose Aldo. I don't think he's going to get a title shot. That performance was pretty trash, to be honest. So, but Jose Aldo again has one of the best takedown defenses. So, what do you expect? But it just not. It just doesn't sell fights. And he don't want to fight Aljo, his best friend. That's crazy. Not gonna work anyway. So, what do you do at this point? From Sean O'Malley, if I'm the UFC, do you take the risk to fight Marlon Vera? If Marlon Vera beats him, Sean O'Malley's superstardom could go down again, especially since Marlon Vera already beat him. Or do you risk fighting Aljo, championship level? But if he loses, they kind of understand because Aljo now starting to get some wins in as a champion. So what do you do? What's the better option? Marlon Vera, where he's not going to really learn grappling, but it's a fight that's winnable compared to the situation that happened the first time? Or do you fight the championship, and then if you do good enough with your footwork and catch him, you'll be good to go and you'll be superstar? I'll go with the Aljo fight, to be honest. Look, if you can clip him coming in and use that fast footwork, he can stay off the cage. Clip him before he comes in. I think he has a good chance of knocking him out. We know how strong Sean O'Malley is now, how much power he got. So I'll go with that. I say Sean O'Malley versus for the championship. Sean O'Malley versus Aljo. Petr Yahn, he can fight that Russian guy with the wrestling background. That might be nice. that might be nice if he beats him. Then he's all good. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, for sure. And then, yeah, that's what I would do. First, the Russian dude or Petr Yan versus. Damn, we can match him up a lot. Or I'll. He already beat Corey Sandhagen. Wouldn't want to see that. Um, yeah, versus the Russian dude, a wrestler. He has a good chance. Petr Yan has good takedown defense. And he got power in his hands. He used to land his own takedowns. You do that, and then a few more wins, he can fight for the championship again. I think. Such a close fight. I'll give him a few more, and he'll be all right. Try with a Russian guy. Or, I'm sorry, Petr Yan versus Marlon Vera. I'll do that. I'll do Aljo versus Sean O'Malley. Petr Yan versus Marlon Vera. The Russian guy can fight like Corey Sandhagen. Somebody like that. If you can fight, if you can beat Corey Sandhagen or TJ Dillashaw, then he might be able to get a title shot after that. That's how I see that. What a crazy fight card, man. Still sick. Like, comment, subscribe, man.